him.
Hold.
Yeah, baby. Happy Sunday and also happy daylight savings time. Yes, it is Sunday fun day. Yeah, baby. We got some great games going on today, but let me tell you about some of the peeps on the show. Later on, we got the MLB great Greg Vaughn going to be jumping in a little bit. We got a man in the shower. He's going to be stepping up, grabbing some coffee. We got Shotgun Spencer on our side, too. And then we got the Roll Tide Roll, Mr. Robert Humphreys. And then you got me. It's he. It's all about the TMP. We're coming live. Let's do this. Sports and tacos, baby. Spencer, shoot it.
Sports and tacos. Sunday, another football fun day. Is it week 9?
Yeah, halfway through. Yes, halfway through. Yeah.
Dude, it's already week 9.
Little brother, we are already in November, bro. Yeah. And you know what that means? There's a big game on 11 o'clock our time. It's the one and only, your Denver Broncos versus the Baltimore Ravens. And you know what? It's going to get dirty. We've already won multiple games in a row. Come on, baby. Give it to us. Our defense is number 2 in the nation. Come on, baby. Give it.
Pressure Lamar, he'll throw an interception.
Yeah, we're going to give it to you, all right?
Absolutely. You know what, like, week 9 is? Okay, and I wanted to talk about this last week, but I forgot. And I've noticed this over my years and years of sports gambling. Okay, especially in basketball and football. The deeper that you get into a season, the more data that the casinos, the handicappers have to bake in to the lines. And where I'm going with this is the deeper you get. Okay, so I used to do basketball hardcore. And I learned over the years with basketball to stop about mid-March, because what you'll start to see in a sport like basketball and a sport like football is, say the line is -3. The game will end up 1 point or 2 point in any direction of that line. So basically where I'm getting at here is the deeper you get into a season, the tougher sports gambling gets, because the handicappers have so much data to come up with those point spreads with. So as you get deeper into the season, it's where you separate the men from the boys when it comes to sports gaming. Just so you guys know, like, you remember a couple weeks ago, we were just crushing it. Everybody was just crushing it. And if you're going to crush, it's usually in the first part of a season, because the wise guys don't necessarily know who's who and what's what yet. But around this time every year, you guys watch. We're going to make our picks today. And you just go back and check your picks this week, check your picks next week, and the next week, and the next week. You're going to start seeing losing. Like, the second half of a season is where Vegas builds skyscrapers the size of casinos.
No, it's just casinos in general.
That's just my take.
Of course, yeah, of course. It's kind of like, even like baseball, you face a pitcher first, face batter third time around the lineup, he's going to know more against him. You see a guy, you see 8 weeks of football, you know more about the teams right there. So, yeah, of course you're right about that. But also means that you don't have those wild spreads that go the opposite way. So it's more of a true line in a sense right there. So I kind of think it's better if you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
exactly. If you know what you're doing.
I agree with what you guys are talking about. I know you're talking about basketball. I know you were talking about baseball, but there's a little difference with the football, including at this point in time, where, you know what, the bookies probably already know it quicker than their wives do, where injuries, those are a big part. Baseball, hey, yeah, you fall down, you pull your shoulder, or you get something. NBA, you could hurt yourself.
Well, injuries are
but-
injuries are always a part of it, man.
Yeah, but the most part about it, and this is where the bookies come in. Even when if it's a great team and one of their star players are out, and they're still taking that person, they're still taking that team. But with that team that they're taking, they're already minusing 6 points. So that 6 points now goes down to 3 points, and that 3-point spread because of that injury. Just think if he was on, then you'd be adding that extra 6. Could be 7.
I got a question. I got a question for Greg Vaughn, because I think it goes even a little deeper than that. Greg, you were in, professional sports for years. Do you think what my question is here, Greg? If somebody was out partying the night before, do you think the wise guys know that?
I don't know. For a lot of guys, it works better. You know what I mean? So it's, you are who you are. You do what you do, and you figure out what works for you. And I mean, you can read into it. It's like I said, it's something to be said to, hard focus and concentrate on something 24/7. I mean, that'll drive you best, crazy. So I think every individual is different. I think if you're not smart about it, they probably do. If you're putting yourself in places where there's a lot of, in the cities like Boston, Chicago, New York, LA, where there's people out, yeah, probably. But
I guarantee it gets that deep to where somebody's at the. Okay, I always use shotgun willies, because things get. I don't know what it is about shotgun willies, but maybe it's just because Denver's not that big of a party town compared to like L.A. or New York. But say you're a sports team. I don't know. I'm just. They're probably gonna know if so and so was at like that Broncos player that got shot like a week ago at shotgun.
That's shotgun.
You know what I'm saying? At like 2:30 in the morning.
well, you know what
Okay.
too, it's with cameras now. You're here in Vegas. If you're on a table and you got a game the next day at 1 o'clock and you're still playing craps at 4:30, everyone in the world's gonna know.
Didn't a baseball player just get suspended for that for a game?
Yeah, Abrams in Washington.
Yeah,
But he was in Chicago and they were playing. It wasn't a big casino, but every city has a casino now. So
Right.
The Indian casinos, and he, at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and they got a 1 o'clock game. He's still on the table.
All right, guys, here I
was
got
on a
one.
winning streak.
I'm on a heater.
Hey, I got one for you, and everybody always knew about it, and I bet the bookies are the ones that helped this man out. Back in the 70s, Kenny the Snake Stabler, the Oakland Raiders. Every time I heard stories, he partied for a whole night all the way to game time, drunk, getting on the field.
Well, that was part of the game back
And,
then.
it was one of those.
He was
Like
probably
my boy,
smoking.
And then all of a
Name it.
sudden, you can see the bookies right now going, all right, Kenny had 6 shots of Jack. He went to the bathroom 3 different times.
We've heard our old Bears buddy talk about how they had coolers and beer on the sidelines.
But
He's sitting there smoking cigarettes on the
it's just different.
sidelines.
It's just different times now, though.
They're definitely different times.
The world in general is healthier. Young people especially care about their health, and hopefully these guys are a lot wiser and smarter, especially in the NFL, because one mistake, that's it. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, you're going to work 8 to 5 the next day.
Yeah.
So I think players are aware. I think the unions and player associations are making these guys, getting them educated on, and you can't do stupid stuff and expect it not to get out there, especially in the era of telephones.
Yeah.
Speaking of Shotgun Willies, what Shotgun said, remember that basketball player that came and played the Denver Nuggets, and he was showing his side piece on Instagram, and he posted it?
Yeah, it's what's his face from Memphis. It's I forget his name, but yeah, he's a star. So that's just something I factor in, because if you think about it, you can bake in injuries. And here's where I'm going with this, guys. As we move forward, that's why number one, I never advise on parlays, because what I would like for the rest of the season is for people who watch Sports and Tacos to win. So number one, this is just me. This is my opinion. Do
But
not
you don't
bet.
need shotgun.
Do
You owe me
listen,
100
listen.
tacos.
You owe 100 tacos.
Listen, do not bet parlays. Number one. Number two, from the rest of the season, this is just my advice. Whatever's Tony's number one pick of the day is, only put your dough on that game. If you're following Sports and Tacos, do your own thing, do it little, but whatever Tony's lock, don't listen to like the second and the third pick. Whatever his number one lock of the day.
I
That
won it
listen,
last
that is
week.
the
Kill the
only
people's money, Spencer.
listen, that is
Kill the people's
the
money.
only wager you should make the rest of the season.
Is that your
That
just-
one game. Do not do parlays. Don't get crazy because you have to understand that's how Vegas builds casinos the size of skyscrapers. So, anyways, I digress. You guys, what are your thoughts on that? But I'm telling you, everyone,
The more
only
you
bet
know.
on Tony's number one pick of the day the rest of the season.
All right. Well, I do have my number one pick right now.
We'll
Are
get
you ready
there.
for
We'll
it?
get there.
I'm not ready for that shit, huh? Hold on.
Just to anybody out there watching, no more parlays, only Big Daddy's pick of the day. Then we can go into last week's games if you want. I start off with what in the hell? How did the Ravens lose to the Cleveland Browns last week, Bama?
Because they're not for real.
Because we have the number 32 out of 32 pass defense, and Jameis Winston just ate us apart last week. It was sad.
Famous
Just imagine.
Jameis.
That's it. We're not as good on that. Yeah, we have the best rushing defense in football. We got the worst pass defense in football, and that does not lead to winning a whole lot of games. So
Just
that's
imagine.
why we're 4-3. Or
Look
5.
how good Flacco's playing. Can you imagine if the Ravens would have built the team around him and kept him? They'd be winning more
I love
Super
Lamar with the team on. It ain't Lamar's fault losing those games right there. It ain't got nothing to do with Lamar losing those games, really. I mean, you putting him in positions. He's, of course, he's not.
Greg,
It was defense
Greg
fault.
Vaughn. Greg
Defense.
Vaughn. Do you think that was just kind of a case of fighting your little brother, and every once in a while your little brother's gonna whoop you, or do you think the Ravens are for real?
I think the Ravens for real. Sorry about the noise. I didn't have my earpiece with me.
You're
While
fine.
I'm just trying to make my picks. The Ravens are for real, and Lamar is, in the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL. Defense wins championships, and unfortunately, if you don't play defense, you take Kansas City. Their offense isn't playing that well, but their defense is not giving up points, and that's keeping Junior's his mistakes are irrelevant because the defense is playing so good. So we can focus on offense all you want, but it goes back to the World Series. Hey, PFP, first day of spring training, ball hit to the left side. Don't watch, run to first base, cover the bag. So defense wins championships, and stuff happens. I mean, hey man, with free agency, the parity in the NFL is not that. Everyone's much closer together than they were before because of the free agent market and the way guys are moving around. And I think with Jameson's a good quarterback, and Cleveland has good players.
Yeah,
and, they got Chubb back, and this is some life. They're excited about football again. I mean, just because you lose Deshaun doesn't mean they're not good. Jameson, he's won in this league. So, I know the Chargers are favored by 1 going in there, but
He don't win this week, though. He don't win this week, Greg.
I'm watching. I'm going against
Tony.
the trend.
Tony, what's your thoughts on the Ravens right now? Was that just a fluke last week, or are they not for real?
Nah, they're for real, man. That's he's Louise. Their head coach, they know he's got his head on. He's doing things right, but unfortunately, injuries do happen. And right now,
We're a freaking Kyle Hamilton dropped interception for winning that game. First off,
no.
Right.
We had game 1 because James still did what he did. He throws the ball to the other team. That's why he's going to lose the Chargers today. But we had that game 1 with an interception that Hamilton dropped in the fourth quarter that last drive. Then he goes down and beats us right there. We did no excuse, but excuse.
I know you.
Yeah.
I know
You shouldn't have been in that position to begin
You're
with.
lacking wide receivers. You got decent wide
We just got
receivers.
Deontay Johnson from the Panthers.
We'll
He's
see
gonna
what
help us out.
happens there. We'll see. But your defense is now 110%. They're not up there anymore. they're recovering like us. They're moving
Yeah.
up. And the first thing that they recovered was a great running back, Mr. King Henry.
We're gonna take it out on Denver today. Hopefully, that's
Got it.
what I'm hoping.
Okay, cool. So the other
You
game,
got 19 beers.
Yeah, I've got 19 bears.
the only other game that there were some great endings of games last week, but the other game that I saw last week that I wanted to talk about, you guys can talk about, whatever games you want, but was the Rams whooping the Vikings. So the Vikings are back to earth. So was the Rams, because it was 30-20 Rams. Are the Rams up and coming, or are the Vikings fool's gold?
No, listen.
Both.
Both things that you just said, it can go either way on. Hey, you know what? Minnesota, they have a backup quarterback that stepped up. He's doing good. Your the running back, he's doing good. Your wide receiver's doing good. You're getting ready to get your all-star, all-pro tight end back. No, they're still in it. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I didn't believe that. Now looking at their team, they're all chiming, yes. But at the same time, the other half, the LA Rams, they got two of the all-pro wide receivers back.
The Rams are legit. I mean, with Nuka and Cup and the quarterback, they're legit.
Williams
but you keep talking about the Vikings offense. It's their defense that is that beast. Their defense, once again,
they better watch out today, Flacco.
Oh, hey. You're right. It could be scary tonight, but I'm looking forward to all the games. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to get my picks in pretty soon and my fantasy.
Yeah, I have to double check mine. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what Nakua's doing because I heard he hurt his knee.
He's playing.
Week, but is he gonna play?
Yeah.
Okay, I was hoping so.
Well, hey, Shotgun, let me give a couple out to Greg.
Okay, yeah, Greg, if you got to get your picks in. So, Tony, give us your number one lead pipe lock of the day. This is the one everybody should play on. What is it?
They play at 11. I'm taking my number one pick, the Cincinnati Bengals. They're 0-3 at home. They're going to win, and they're playing against the beat-up Vegas Raiders. Minshew's trying to put things together. I don't see it happening. Including with Cincinnati's, they got all their wide receivers. They got
Higgins ain't playing.
Oh, Higgins not playing. Well, they still got. Jabbar.
What's the spread?
That's my pick of the day. And
what's the spread?
The spread is 45. I would take the under.
Oh, you're saying take the under of the Bengals Raiders?
Yep.
Okay.
But are you picking the Bengals or no?
I am picking the Bengals.
So you're taking the 8 points.
I gave up the 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah, they got it. I know they said Higgins was out, but they got a rookie receiver, Trey Burton from Alabama, who stepped up last week. Has been one of Burrow's good targets in practice leading up to this week. So if anybody can fill in him, Jamar Chase, they should be healthy. Chase Brown, they should be all right.
Okay, so just to be clear, the lead pipe lock is Bengals under 45?
No, I'm picking the Bengals to win.
What's the spread? Oh, just to win?
7.5.
7.5. Okay.
You just like the under as well.
I like the under as well. I don't think they're going to score that much because Raiders offense.
Okay. Bengals minus 7.5. That's probably the most important thing we're going to hear on this show today.
And then also, hey, Greg, I'm a homer. I took the Broncos +9. Our defense is better than they think they are.
I can see +9 with Broncos. Yeah, I can see that.
And then my other one for the afternoon game, I like it. I really do. Philadelphia Eagles, they got something to prove. They're on a little winning streak. I think they're going to do good. Plus, they're at home. And I just, think it's going to happen.
What's the spread on the Eagles game, you know?
The Eagles game is
7.5.
I gave up 7.5.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I'll just jump into mine real quick. There's two that I saw that I like. I like the Packers today, +2.5. And I like the Colts, +5.5. And just because, and again, as you go through the season, most average bettors bet on the favorites. And anytime an underdog hits, that's when Vegas makes money typically. So as I go into the second half of the season, I like underdogs more than I like favorites, just so you know. So my picks are Packers plus 2.5, Colts plus 5.5.
Hey, Greg, also, I'm sorry, real quick, Baba, before he makes another pick. The other one I really like is the one we just talked about. I like the LA Rams and giving up the 1.5 against the Seahawks. Seahawks are a little banged up. DK is not playing again. Noah Fant's questionable today, but they still got they got the running back. He's good, but women, I think LA has too much strength on them.
My only issue with that game is that's in Seattle, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, that's my only problem because I like that also, but because it's in Seattle, Seattle wins by a field goal, you're gonna lose that bet.
Of course, they're not going to do
No, it's not going to happen.
No, yes, I think they're going to get him with Metcalf out. I mean, they're just going to load the box and make them beat them some other type of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lockett's going to get his, but also weather becomes a factor. You know, Font, the tight end is out also.
Yeah.
But my lock of the day, I think Carr is back. I'm taking the Saints all day with Carr.
Saints.
You know, the Saints with Carr all day.
Yeah, so what's
the number on that, Greg?
6.5.
6.5. Are they favored or underdogs by 6.5?
They're favored.
Favored. Got it. All right, Bentley, you got any locks for the day for everybody out in TV land?
Cardinals.
The Cardinals. What's the number there? Do you know?
Pick them.
Pick them.
I think it should go at least +3 for sure.
Got it. Okay, awesome. All right, cool guys. I know Greg's got to get to the window. Any other?
Let me throw one out.
Oh, sorry. Bama.
I know. Actually, me and Greg disagreed on this. We were both earlier, but I like the Chargers going into Cleveland and winning that game, giving up the point, 1.5.
Even after what they did to your Ravens last week.
That's what I'm saying, because the Chargers are a lot better defense, man. They got a lot better pass defense. They're gonna shut down Jameis a little bit more. He put pass rush on Jameis a little bit. I think that they're not going to drop that interception that Baltimore did. Yeah, I think that's one right there to look out for. As well as road game, tough again right here, but I think Washington covers the 4 points at the Giants. I think that's another one right there.
That's my upset pick. I think
Washington's going to win their division. That's for sure.
I think Giants are going to upset them today.
Don't listen to that one, America.
That's just for a fun one to throw $10 on and put it on the money line. Just for shit.
Right. Those are always fun.
Okay.
All right. Real quick, I guess we'll try and keep this probably short today because I know Greg's got to get to the window. But I just want to get everybody's thoughts on the World Series. Did anybody see the Dodgers just destroying the Yankees the way they did?
Yeah, it was
that last game.
The fifth inning destroyed the Yankees right there. I mean, like Greg said earlier, you don't cover the bag with your call on first base, which would have got them out of the inning. They had 3 errors in the inning right there.
Yeah, it was a boring World Series, and Ohtani played terrible.
Yeah, the 2 stars, Ohtani and George, did not show up. That was the Freddie Freeman World Series. Yeah, move over Ricky Jackson. It's Freddie Freeman's October right now.
Yeah, Ohtani couldn't do anything.
You know, I loved it. I mean, hey, Judge and Ohtani got them to this point. They did what they were supposed to do. And Ohtani gets hurt. Hey, I mean, it's tough, man. You're playing at that level. It's hard.
The World Series is not bad. I mean, look, when Atlanta won, Soler was our MVP.
Yeah, so you know what? You tip your hat. You know, you watch baseball now. How many guys, when they hit a ground ball, jog or don't even run? Mookie busted his ass down the first base.
Too.
They play hard. They play the right way.
Yeah.
And you know that it shows. Judge is still the MVP. He's a great player, and if there's no Judge, there's no Yankees in that World Series.
Right.
The scary thing too, though, is now both still Ohtani and Judge both got chips on their shoulder because they both want to get back to the World Series they're produced. So that means they got a little fire up under them again. So,
I mean, the Dodgers are a great team. It's just that the World Series, entertainment-wise,
Oh, there were some great games, Billy. I
Yeah.
mean, there were some really
I
good
just wish
games.
it went to
I
a
know.
7. That's all. I just give me the entertainment. That's what I
Yeah.
really want to see. But
Yeah, just give me
Dodgers
game one
pretty
with
good,
Ice
yeah.
Cube. Just give me
Yeah.
game one with Ice Cube.
Yeah,
Ice Cube,
yeah.
Ice Cube came out. That was fire.
yeah. New York tried to step it up on their first home game, and they did all right job. But they didn't do enough.
Fat Joe,
Big Joe was
Fat Joe,
great, man.
Fat Joe, he didn't touch him.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did
Big
not like
Vaughn
Ice
and Big
Cube.
Joe,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I mean, he was terrible.
Going into it, I just figured the Yankees pitching would give them a tiny bit of an edge. But when Freddie Freeman gets hot, dude, that guy is
Six
unstoppable.
straight
He's like
games
the
of
Tom
all
Brady
winning
of
The
baseball.
Padres gave him the hardest time.
What's
You know
that?
what?
I think the Padres gave them the hardest time. That was the damn World Series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
True.
the Dodgers are, hey man, every at bat is a professional at bat. They don't
Yep.
give at bats away. They, if they got to move a runner, they move a runner. If they, whatever they got to do, every bat is grinded out. If they don't get it done, they pass the baton. Next guy hits a sac fly, whatever. They play the game the right way. And but once again, it goes back to both these teams, organizations. They have baseball guys that played, baseball guys in the dugout, baseball guys working with them every single day. That's the difference. A lot of teams don't have baseball guys coaching baseball. They have computer guys coaching baseball.
You know who I'm really happy for? I'm really happy for Dave Roberts.
Me too, because you gave him a hard time in the beginning
I
of the year.
did, man, because he had made some dumb decisions. Don't get me wrong, they got the asterisk 60-game World Series title.
He's got a good World
This
Series
is
now.
100% fully legit. And the one person I do feel a little bad for is Clayton Kershaw, just because he didn't actually get to play in this World Series.
They would have lost if he did.
Yeah, I know, but it just, even I just feel bad, a little bad. Don't get me wrong, he helped get him there this season, and he got his World Series ring a few years back in COVID. But man, I'm really happy for Dave Roberts, and I'm a little sad for Clayton Kershaw. And that's all I got.
He'll be back next year. Kershaw, give it another year's ago.
Okay, if he's coming back next year, if he comes back next year, it needs to be as the closer, dude. He would be one of the greatest closers ever, I think.
A la John Smoltz, Dennis Eckersley,
He was a lot younger too. John Smoltz was a lot younger.
I know that. Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. You're right about that.
So
the pressure is on the Dodgers now because they're expecting now to again next season. I mean, now the pressure's on the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, I gotta go get my fantasy teams in and my
cool.
Good luck
Do it,
to all the
Greg.
bettors out there. All right, see you guys.
Hey, Greg, get my number from Bama.
Bama, send me Tony's number.
We'll do it. Hell yeah.
And hey, Spencer, you owe me 100 tacos.
God dang it. Okay, like I said, we're going to Taco John's when they have 25-cent day.
Hell yeah. Bentley, what you think about your Chargers? Do you think they got a chance against the Browns today?
No, seriously, don't underestimate the Browns. Seriously, no, they're one of those. Which Browns team will show up today? And the Chargers definitely need this win. So I'm not guaranteeing the Chargers on this thing 100%. The Browns are one of those teams. Which one will show up? So hey, the Browns have a real chance at this. They really do. Well, I really hope the Chargers will.
You got two good defenses, but I like Bosa and Khalil Mack.
Yeah, I like Bosa, and I like the Chargers a little bit better on that right there. Plus, let's say Jameis had a good game last week. I don't see 2 in a row.
Well, let's see. The Browns have, that special aura at that stadium and the dog pound. You don't know. Seriously, it's the Browns, man. It's funny how we say that, but it's seriously, they're one of those teams.
Yeah, no, for sure. I understand. Hell yeah.
Cool.
I'm really excited, though, for the Green Bay.
Yes.
Lions at Green Bay.
Lions game.
That game's going to be fire.
Yeah,
that game is going to be
That
huge.
should have been a Sunday night game.
Yeah, it should be. They should swap out.
Well, I think I think with that game is you're really going to know whether the Detroit Lions are fully legit after today or not.
I think it's I think we'll find out if the Detroit or the Green Bay Packers are fully legit.
I'll tell you this: Green Bay. Even if Green Bay loses today, I'll still count them to go somewhere deep in the playoffs. It's just Green Bay.
Does anybody got that over/under sitting in front of them, or can anybody look that up real quick? Because I would take the over on that game. Could end up 45 to 42. Just barn burner. What is it?
ESPN has it at 47.5.
Take the over, dude. That's got to go over 50
That's like a
points,
first
right?
half right there. That's like 28-24.
Tony, what is
You know, like-
what does Big Daddy think of that over under?
I love it. I think the score.
Yeah,
Ready
you-
for this? The score is going to be 35-28.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a barn burner, but the 35-28, that's a coin toss on.
Who's the 35?
Yeah, that's it's good. Like I agree with all you guys. It should have been a Sunday night game, not the Sunday
Yeah,
night.
how is it not?
Night.
He's
What's
terrible.
the Sunday night game?
That should have been my Sunday night.
What is it?
It is.
The Colts and Vikings.
What?
That's gonna be a good game too. I feel like
No, that's not Sunday night good though.
it's 4-4, 5-2. You know, it's not bad.
I know,
when
but
the Colts
bro,
beat 'em, it's gonna
Packers,
be an upset,
Packers,
so I like
Packers, Lions could arguably be the biggest game of the season so far.
Well, it's the afternoon game. It's the number one game of the afternoon. You know, so it's the afternoon slot number one.
So okay, well, cool guys. Only other thing, NBA is
it's
starting to heat up.
Joker's doing this thing with triple doubles already. He's got what, 2 or 3? I think 3 already in the first 5.
Yeah, we'll have Billy Hughes back on the show in the near future because we can't forget about basketball. I know it's pre-Christmas basketball, but I still
College
love me some
basketball starts
basketball.
on Monday. College basketball kicks off in full force on
Go
Monday.
Michigan.
Alabama's number 2 preseason. First time ever we've been the number 2 preseason.
Yeah, good thing you guys have good basketball teams because your
Yeah, our
football teams
football
kind
team
of suck
sucks.
this
Yeah,
year.
we're a basketball school now in Tuscaloosa.
All right, well, cool guys. Everybody have a good Sunday. Hope everything goes well, and
Indeed.
we will tune back in next Sunday.
Peace.
Enjoy games. Lots of money.
Go Broncos.
Okay, later, guys.
Laters.